What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of BWT. I'm your host, Teddy, and today we're going to be recapping the series between the Yankees and the Philadelphia Phillies. Before we get into that, I want to make sure that you guys are liking this video, sharing it with any baseball fans that you may know. We're getting into the thick of it. A lot of close races going down to the end of the season, so make sure you guys are tuned in to this channel because I will be filling you guys in with everything that you guys have to know. Also, follow me on Instagram at that kid Ricardo here in the bottom right corner. You guys will know everything that you need to know going down to the end of the year. Close races, MVP, all that stuff. So make sure you guys are tuned in. Also, I want to make sure that you guys are giving the rest of the Refuse to Lose community some love. We've got multiple shows that cover multiple sports. We got CTC, College Talking College, gives you everything you need to know about college basketball and college football. College football is right around the corner, so make sure you guys are tuned into that. RBO with Vaughn is Real Ballers Only. He gives you everything you need to know about the NBA. FFC Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. This is a fantasy football show, and he gives you everything you need to know about fantasy football. And drafts are starting to happen around the world, so make sure that you guys are tuning into his show. He will keep you very well informed on who to bench, who to cut, who to add, all this stuff. So make sure you guys tune into that. We got In the Red Corner. This is a boxing show. Gives you everything you need to know about the boxing world. That is with Ty, Ricky, and Tomo. And also, we have Dave's Doghouse. Gives you the highlights and the lowlights of the week. He does one episode a week. So make sure you tune into that. And we have Kings Talk with Joe Jordan. That is a Sacramento Kings fan who gives you all the news for the Sacramento Kings. And of course, you cannot forget about the main show, Refuse to Lose, with Dave, Tomo, and Joe. That is basically summing up everything in the sports world. They go live Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss it. Show us some love because we do our best to give you all the information in the sports world right here on YouTube on our channels. We get into the series. Game 1, we have Louis Hill going up against Zach Wheeler. In the top of the first, Aaron Judge connects with a solo home run. All rise, 1-0. Yankees. And then in the top of the second, my boy Jazz Chisholm Jr. hits his first home run as a Yankee to go up 2-0. Solo shot. And Ben Rice also connects for a solo home run in this inning to make it 3-0. In the bottom of the third, Trey Turner hits into a fielder's choice that brings in a run to make it 3-1. In the bottom of the fourth, Brandon Marsh hits a solo home run to make it 3-2. And then in the top of the fifth, Juan Soto connects for a 2-run double to make it 5-2. And Austin Wells does the job as a cleanup hitter, hits a 2 RBI triple to make it 7-2. Brandon Marsh hits an RBI single to make it 7-3 in the bottom of the sixth. Then in the top of the seventh, Aaron Judge connects for his second home run of the game. 2-run home run this time to make it 9-3. In the bottom of the seventh, there was a wild pitch by the Yankee pitcher to bring in a run to make it 9-4. And then in the top of the eighth, Anthony Volpe connects for a home run, 2-run home run to make it 11-4. And then Juan Soto connects for another RBI double to make it 12-4. And in the top of the ninth, Jazz Chisholm hits a 2-run home run for his second home run of the game to make it 14-4. This was not what I thought was going to happen. I anticipated the Yankees to win this game just because Louis Hill has been extremely dominant in the last couple starts after his little 3-start slump that he had where he really couldn't get past the third, fourth inning. Um, he just was letting up so many runs. And he got back to his beginning of the year where he was pounding the strike zone and was able to get hitters um, to bite on the off-speed pitches, and then he was getting the fastball up in the zone, blowing it right by these hitters. So Lewis Hill got the win, going 5 1/3, giving up 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts with a 3.20 ERA. His record improves to 11-5. Zach Wheeler gets a loss, going 5 innings, 7 hits, 7 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 2.94 ERA on the season. His record goes to 10-5. He was one of the best pitchers in the MLB. Before this start, he didn't let up more than 6 earned runs throughout the season. So for the Yankees offense to come out and just assert their dominance in Philly was huge for the team's morale. The Yankees have been in a huge slump, and we, as fans, we're just waiting for these guys to figure it back out, because we really don't know what happened. As a fan, you just sit there and you're like, where did all these runs go? Where did these great at bats? Where did the starting pitching was extremely dominant in the beginning of the year? Like, what is going on? And it looks like the Yankees are starting to get back on track with what they were in the beginning of the year, and right in time, because the AL East is in a very tight race. The Yankees are tied for the American League East at this moment, with the Orioles, and that's going to go down to, I believe, the last 2 weeks of the season, to crown a champion. Uh, Funny thing about this game, Jazz Chisholm, he gets up in his final at bat. Before he hits his second home run of the game, he goes up to Aaron Judge. He asks him if he can use his bat because he's going up against a position player, and he was going to be out front if he ended up using his bat. So what he did was he grabbed Aaron Judge's bat, he hit a home run, and when he came back into the dugout, he looked at the camera and just held up Aaron Judge's bat, and you can see Aaron Judge's name on it. And that just made social media go crazy because Aaron Judge's bat just makes everybody a better hitter. And in the locker room, a reporter asked him if he was ever going to use it again, and he said, "No, that bat is extremely heavy. I'm not swinging that bat anymore." But I thought that was cool. I love how Jazz is just stepping in and just meshing with the guys on the team and really improving the morale. I feel like the Yankees, they just didn't, for that little slump for like 6 weeks, they just weren't themselves. And I feel like the acquisition of Jazz Chisholm at the deadline just gives them a new spark, new life. So I feel like that's going to be huge for the Yankees for the second half of the season. I also made a reel about that if you guys want to check it out on my Instagram page, and also on my YouTube page as well. We go into game 2 of the series. We had Will Warren going up against Aaron Nola. Will Warren making his MLB debut because Cole was supposed to pitch this game, but he got scratched a couple hours before the game, like 4 or 5 hours before the game, because of just body fatigueness. He isn't fully ready, right? Can't forget that he didn't have a spring training. He got shut down, and then he kind of just had like 2 or 3 rehab starts, and then he was back into the MLB, and everyone just expects him to be the Garrett Cole of last year who won the AL Cy Young. And of course, we really want that to happen, but it takes time, right? So I had no problem with him just taking the day off and pitching on a later date. Jazz Chisholm hits a ground ball for a run in the bottom of the first, in the top of the first, sorry, to go up 1-0. And then in the bottom of the first, Alec Bohm hits a RBI double to make it 1-1. Newly acquired Austin Hayes hits a 3-run home run for the Phillies to go up 4-1 in the bottom of the second. And then in the top of the sixth, Jazz Chisholm hits a solo home run to make it 4-2. And then in the top of the seventh, Jazz Chisholm connects for his second home run of the game, fourth in 2 days, a 3-run home run to make it 5-4. And then in the bottom of the ninth, wild pitch by Holmes brings in a run to tie up the game. We end up going extras in that game. Top of the 11th, Verdugo hits a sac fly to make it 6-5, and then Austin Hayes comes up in the bottom of the 11th and hits an RBI single to make it 6-6. Then in the top of the 12th, Gleyber Torres hits a sacrifice fly to make it 7-6. Yankees end up getting the win. The winning pitcher was Michael Tonkin. His record on the year is 4-4, 3.08 ERA. Losing pitcher was Kirkering. He goes 2-2 in the year with a 2.21 ERA on the year. Will Warren in his debut goes 5 1/3, giving up 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 6.75 ERA. Aaron sorry about that. Austin is his brother, catcher. He goes 5 2/3, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 3.43 ERA on the year. This was big. This secured the series win against the Phillies. Coming into this series, the Phillies were, quote unquote, the best team in baseball, according to all the experts. And for the Yankees to go into Philadelphia and play the way that they played, take the series on national televised games, it was huge. Going to Game 3 with the hopes of a sweep. We got Nestor Cortez going up against, I believe his first name is Carlos Sanchez. If I got that wrong, I'm sorry about that. In the top of the second, DJ LeMahieu hits a grand slam for his second home run of the season. Yankees go up 4-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Alec Bohm hits a ground ball that brings in a run to make it 4-1. Castellanos hits a RBI single to go up 4-2. In the bottom of the fifth, Weston Wilson hits a solo home run to make it 4-3. And then in the top of the sixth, DJ LeMahieu hits a 2 RBI double to make it 6-3. In the bottom of the sixth, Nick Castellanos hits another ground ball to bring in a run to make it 6-4. And then in the bottom of the eighth, Castellanos comes up big again for an RBI single to make it 6-5. Castellanos had himself a game, 3 RBIs on the day, but it just wasn't enough. The Yankees end up winning that game, sweeping the series. This was DJ LeMahieu's game. DJ 6, Phillies 5. Just that simple. He supplied all the offense for this game. It's big for him because he really was not hitting for power earlier in the year, and for him to hit a home run, grand slam, and then a double that really helps him out mentally. Like, dude, I can still do this, you know. And it also helps out the fans knowing that we as fans still have some life and some hope when DJ comes up, because at certain points during that little slump that the Yankees were in, I didn't have any faith when DJ LeMahieu was up to bat. It was bad. It was really, really bad. It was just constant ground balls and barely getting the ball out of the infield. So it's huge. Nestor Cortez gets the win, going 5 1/3, giving up three hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 4.16 ERA on the year. Record goes to 5-9. Sanchez gets the loss, going 5 2/3, giving up 8 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, 3.36 ERA on the season. His record goes to 7-7. Clay Holmes gets his 22nd save on the year, going an inning, giving up a hit, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts. His ERA on the year is 2.82. This was huge. Again, huge sweep. against the quote-unquote best team in baseball. Lets the Yankees know where they stand across the MLB. Lets the rest of the people know that, hey, the Yankees, they're not going anywhere. They're still here, right? So for all you guys that were just yapping the whole time that they were slumping, they heard you. They heard you, right? Like they've been doing, right? They got their eyes on the prize. That's their celebration, right? They hit a home run, they hit a double, they come up with a big clutch hit. They just point at the dugout and go like this. Their eyes are on the prize, and of course, the prize is a World Series championship. Got the team to do it. Let's go out there, have a good rest of the second half. Stay healthy. As always, go Yankees. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.